From the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, it's time for Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl, Junior Edition.
And welcome to the Collins Aerospace Studio here at the Nordloff Center. I'm Greg Peterson, and this is Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl, Junior Edition. We've got a great game lined up for you tonight. We've got St. Bridget, who won 310 to 190 over a very tough Rockford Lutheran team in the first round, behind not only 6 buzzer questions right from Paloma, but 9 out of 10 pretty much by yourself on that lightning round. Paloma, you're still the captain. Let's meet your team again.
I'm Paloma. On my right is Michaela. On my left is Nathan. And on my far left is Jonathan.
Welcome back. And the Marshall Mustangs is back. This is year 5 for them here at Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Last year they lost in the Final Four to Keith Country Day, the eventual champs, but they're going to try and better that this year. Sophia, you're the captain. Let's meet your team.
To my left I have Lily, to my right I have Shlok, and to my far right I have Eli.
Welcome. So we're going to get started here. And the buzz-in round today is, as always, brought to you by Rockford University. We know how this works. It's on the buzzer, it's individual questions, and it's 10 points for every single one you get right. We ready? Let's have some fun here. Here we go. Organisms called zooxanthellae provide energy to what invertebrate life forms, which consist of colonies of polyps that create colorful structures, and that is Eli.
Coral.
Is right. What type of resource book was compiled in the 1750s by Samuel Johnson and in the 1800s by Noah Webster? That's Sophia?
Dictionary?
Is correct. What battle, fought on the morning of April 19th of 1775, preceded a skirmish at Concord later that day and was the site of the first shots of the American... that is Paloma.
Lexington? Is
right. What video game franchise created by Square Enix has made both a remake and a rebirth of its 1997 7th game and allows players to ride chocobos in its 16th mainline action role-playing game that was released in 2023? Sophia?
League of Legends?
Worth a try, but no. And Paloma?
Star Wars?
Now, this is Final Fantasy is the one that's had that many. Next question. What sea that was filled by the Zanclean flood 5 million years ago is home to the islands of Malta and Crete? That is Sophia.
The Mediterranean?
Is right. What scientific property has a type prefixed ferro and is seen with iron objects that pull or repel each other at their north? And that's Eli.
Magnetism.
Yeah. What kind of literary animal appears as a reckless driver in The Wind in the Willows and is a grumpy amphibian who's best friends with Frog? That is Sophia.
Toad?
Good speed. That's Frog and Toad there. Name the hero from Greek myth who was the son of Alcmene and Zeus and who cleaned the Augean stables, as that is Nathan.
Hercules.
As part of his 12 labors. There you go. What class of warriors was abolished under Emperor Meiji, followed a chivalric conduct code called Bushido, and typically carried katanas, as that's Sophia?
Samurai?
Is right. What place's gates were sculpted by Auguste Rodin in a set of works that includes The Three Shades, The Thinker, and The Kiss, which depicts sinners being punished in the Christian underworld? Shlok?
Hades.
No. Nathan?
Hell.
Hell is right. We're Christian here on that question. Next one. What European country was the home of the poet Robert Burns, who wrote Tam O'Shanter and the New Year's? That is Sophia.
Ireland?
No, sorry. I'll finish. And the New Year's poem Auld Lang Syne, while living near this country's border with its southern neighbor, England. That's Paloma.
Portugal?
No, we're Scotland here. What object titles a set of 4 operas by Richard Wagner, including The Twilight of the Gods and The Rheingold, which is named for the material that this title magical piece of jewelry is? That, Sophia?
The ring cycle?
That'll work, yeah. Just looking for the ring there, but that is all ring cycle. What medical condition, which may present with Kaposi's sarcoma or other opportunistic infections, reached epidemic levels in the 1980s and is, Lily?
AIDS?
Yep. What type of number, which is represented by a blackboard-style capital Z, includes the natural numbers 0 and the negative natural? That is Eli.
Integers.
Is right. What technology that can use deep and machine learning to imitate human thought includes, Paloma?
AI.
AI. In what city does the street Calle Ocho form the backbone of the Little Havana neighborhood? It's the largest city in southern Florida. That's Schloke.
Miami.
Miami's right. And that is the end of the round. So Marshall getting into triple figures there with 100, but St. Bridget very much up and running with 40. We'll see you for the volleyball round right after this. And welcome back. It will be time for the volleyball round in a moment, but first I do want to thank our judge, who is Yanni Osler, an administrative assistant for HR at Bergstrom. Thank you for your help, keeping us all in line, keep making sure everything's on the up and up. Volleyball round here is going to start with a question for Marshall, a reminder that it's conferral, a reminder that I do need the answers to come from the captains. So Sophia and Paloma, it's on you to get the answers from your teammates and to me. First question is to Marshall. Here we go. What U.S. territory acquired by Robert Livingston for $15 million was explored by the Lewis and Clark expedition? A small section of this territory is now a U.S. state whose capital is Baton Rouge.
Louisiana.
Yeah. St. Bridget. Stomata are pores that control how gas is exchanged between the atmosphere and what part of a plant which fall off of deciduous trees each year?
Leaves.
Yes. Marshall. What title, which the Falcon Sam Wilson took on in the movie subtitled Brave New World, was originally the superhero name of Steve Rogers?
Captain America.
Is right. St. Bridget, name the singer who opened on Olivia Rodrigo's Guts tour with
Chappell Roan.
That'll do it. Marshall, Prime Minister Clement Attlee both succeeded and was succeeded by what politician who declared that an Iron Curtain divided post-war Europe after leading Britain through World War II?
Churchill. Yeah. Churchill.
It is. St. Bridget, what city's seaside tourist attractions include Bondi Beach, the shores of Botany Bay, where James Cook's ship Endeavour landed in 1770, and a Jorn Utzon-designed opera house in Australia?
Sydney.
Is right. Marshall, in the Hemingway novel The Sun Also Rises, Jake Barnes and Lady Brett Ashley watch Romero perform in bullfights in Pamplona in what European country?
Spain, right? Yeah. Spain.
It is. St. Bridget, what Egyptian goddess was the mother of Horus and the sister of Nephthys, Set, and her own husband, Osiris? Stumped you there. That's Isis. Over to Marshall. What algebraic property explains that A times the quantity B plus C must be computed as A times B plus A times C?
Distributive.
Is
property?
right. St. Bridget, what novel's protagonist who seeks out Ben Gunn's cave after departing the Hispaniola is Jim Hawkins, a young pirate who survives Long John Silver's mutiny in this Robert Louis Stevenson novel?
Captain. Oh.
That's time there, but it's Treasure Island is the novel. And Marshall, what metal element with atomic symbol Cu can be combined with zinc to form the alloy brass?
Copper.
Is right.
Nice, thanks.
St. Bridget, jazz musician Dizzy Gillespie played a bent one of what brass instrument, which he had specially made with its bell tilted upwards away from its 3 valves?
Trumpet.
You weren't sure, but you're right. Marshall, what novel in which Milady de Winter is revealed to be a convict by a tattoo was written by Alexander Dumas about the title group consisting of Athos, Porthos, and Aramis?
Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers.
Is correct. And that is the round. So we have St. Bridget with 80 and Marshall out to an early lead of 170. We're going to stop playing for points and start playing for pizza in a moment. But first, a break.
First released in 2013, what action-adventure game was 2024's most watched game on Twitch and is set in the fictional state of San Andreas?
And welcome back. The stakes are a bit higher here because we're playing the Bergstrom bonus question, which is sponsored by Salamone's Italian Restaurant. Individual question here. We are on the buzzer, but if you get it right, you're going to win a pizza and pasta party for your team, courtesy of Salamone's Italian Restaurant. We ready? Here we go. First released in 2013, what action-adventure game was 2024's most watched game on Twitch and is set in the fictional state of San Andreas? That's Paloma.
GTA.
Prompt, which one?
GTA 5.
Is right. So that's a pizza and pasta party your guys' way, and it's a commercial break your guys' way. And welcome back for this game's lightning round. The lightning round is powered, as always, by IBEW Nika. Now, our lightning round, it's going to be St. Bridget's pick, and you're going to have 3 categories to choose from. They are man-made disasters, count people in a painting, and Batman's allies. Batman's allies, okay. Given a brief description, name the character who has, at least at some point, helped Batman. We're going to have 60 seconds on the clock. You know that you can pass. You know that I need the answers coming from your captain. And Marshall, you know that anything they miss, you're going to have a chance to rebound, so be following along. Again, you're naming the character. Here we go. Boy Wonder, who serves as Batman's sidekick. Currently,
Robin.
Yes. Butler, who adopted Bruce after Joe Chill killed his parents.
Pass.
Jewel thief and romantic interest Selena Kyle's criminal title.
Batwoman.
No. Alien ally who Batman keeps kryptonite to defend against.
Superman.
Yes. Arthur Fleck, a criminal who helps Batman when it makes him laugh.
Joker.
Yes. A female counterpart of Batman who later became Oracle.
Batwoman.
Yes. Batman's first sidekick who now goes by Nightwing.
Pass.
Gotham Police Commissioner and father of Barbara.
Mr. Gordon.
Yes. Title of Jason Todd after his resurrection with a namesake mech helmet.
Pass.
Canine companion dubbed the Bat Hound, though he's a German Shepherd.
Pass.
And over to Butler, who adopted Bruce after Joe
Alfred.
Chill. Yes, and in time. Well done. So that is 6 right. Marshall, you've got 4 on the board coming your way. Again, these are Batman's allies. Given a brief description, name the character who has at some point helped Batman. 30 seconds, here we are. Jewel thief and romantic interest Selena Kyle's criminal title.
Catwoman.
Yes. Batman's first sidekick, who now goes by Nightwing.
Is it Damien?
No. Title of Jason Todd after his resurrection with a namesake mech helmet.
Daredevil?
No. And canine companion dubbed the Bat Hound, though he's a German Shepherd.
Ace?
Is right, and you've taken shots at everything, so that's time. That is 20 points your way. Batman's first sidekick, now Nightwing, is Batgirl.
Oh.
And then number 9, Jason Todd, after he gets the namesake helmet, he becomes the Red Hood. So that's 60 points St. Bridget, 20 for Marshall, and a new lightning round where Marshall's going to have their pick of count people in a painting or man-made disasters.
Probably paintings, I think. Yeah, paintings.
Okay. I'm going to give you a name of a painting and its artist. You need to tell me how many human figures appear in the painting. I need a whole number, 1 to 5. If you think there's more than 5 people in it, either just say many or more than 5 or something like that, but you don't have to specify if it's 6 or 70 million or whatever.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, many are the best way to do it. For instance, if I say The Two Fridas by Frida Kahlo, which is her twice, you just say 2 because there's 2 of her. Make sense?
Yeah.
St. Bridget, you know you're going to get the chance to steal. Here we go. Girl with a Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer.
1,
Yes. Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci.
1,
Yes. American Gothic by Grant Wood.
2,
Yes. Washington Crossing the Delaware by Emanuel Leutze.
many,
Yes. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci.
many,
Yes. The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli.
or is it many?
No. Nighthawks by Edward Hopper.
4,
Yes. Les Demoiselles d'Avignon by Pablo Picasso.
oh, it's 4, I think. 4,
No. The Scream by Edvard Munch.
3,
Yes. The Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch.
many,
Yes. And we're through 10 questions and you didn't pass anything. So you've got 8 right there. Nice job. So St. Bridget, you saw how they answered, so you understand the many thing. Just if you think there are 6 or more, you say many. If you think there's fewer than 6, you tell me the number. 30 seconds. How many humans? In The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli.
2,
No. In Les Demoiselles d'Avignon by Pablo Picasso.
3,
No. And that's the 2 that came your way, so that's the round. Nothing stolen there, but those were 2 pretty hard ones. The Birth of Venus has Venus, and then she's being clothed by like 3 people spinning around her, so that's 4 on that one. And then the Demoiselle d'Avignon is 5 women in masks. So that is 80 and 20 from the lightning round. We'll be back for our final showdown right after this. And welcome back to today's final challenge, which is brought to you by Mercy Health. Now, we're on the buzzer here. We've got 20 points for every correct buzz. We know how this works by now. Good luck, both teams. Question 1. Azeotropes cannot undergo what process of separation in which that is Sophia?
mitosis,
Incorrect. I'll finish. What process of separation in which a mixture is heated to a temperature that will cause part of it to boil away? Kieran?
Evaporation.
That's called distillation. That's what distilling is. The Goguryeo, Bakje, and Silla were the 3 kingdoms of what region that was later ruled by Joseon dynasty rulers like Sejong the Great? Sejong is Austin.
Mesopotamia.
Sorry, incorrect. Sejong is the namesake of a planned capital in this region that's south of Seoul. Sophia?
Korea,
Yeah, the region thing is just because North and South Korea were both in that. Jasper National Park is in what mountain range, whose sub-ranges include the Sangre de Cristo Range and the Front Range, which are, Sophia?
Andes,
Incorrect. Which are home to 14ers like Kit Carson Mountain and Pikes Peak in Colorado. Austin?
Appalachian.
No, it's the Rockies, sorry. Question 4. What adjective describes an angle that terminates in the second quadrant, having a measure of more than 90 degrees but less than a Paloma?
obtuse,
Is right. What novel in which Captain Beatty and a mechanical hound appear was written by Ray Bradbury about the book that is Shlok?
Fahrenheit 451.
Is correct. What athlete who names a tumbling sequence of a double flip, and that's Sophia?
Biles,
Biles, Simone Biles. What event, a war crime inspired by the Dahlonega gold rush in Georgia, was promoted by Andrew Jackson via the Indian Removal Act of 1830 and involved a deadly journey to Oklahoma? Shlok?
Trail of Tears.
Is right. What religious figure who teaches the 4 Noble Truths, and that is Shlok?
Buddha.
Yeah, great buzz. What language was used by the poet Petrarch to write the collection Il Canzoniere, even though he more often wrote in Latin? Sophia?
Greek,
Nope, sorry. Austin?
Arabic.
No, he wrote that one in Italian. What type of body of water may undergo a limnic eruption, creating a dangerous cloud of carbon dioxide? These deep bodies of water may empty via a river to the ocean. Sophia?
lake,
Yeah, that's all it was. What color names a rider movement in German art? A period of Picasso's art, including the... Sophia?
blue,
Is correct. What city was connected to the ancient port town of Piraeus by the Long Walls, which protected its citizens while being under attack from Sparta in ancient... That's Sophia?
Athens.
Is correct. What literary character from the 1001 Nights is the son of Mustafa the tailor and comes into possession of a magic ring and a magic lamp that's Kieran?
The Hobbit.
No, sorry. And a magic lamp that, Sophia?
Aladdin.
Aladdin is right, different magic ring there. And that is the end of the round. So St. Bridget with a valiant effort and 160, but I think you just ran into a buzzsaw today. Marshall, 450 is a score to be proud of. We'll see you in a few weeks. St. Bridget, it's been an absolute pleasure having you this season. Hope to see you back next season. We'll see you all next week.